Well, that hub retainer is a machine surface, so I should be able to clamp 3-jaw on that. I don't know if this is going to show you much, but we'll set this in here. I got a little bit of a bite on it. I'll try my big drill bit holder here. See if it won't. I know what I used last time that worked was this big that should do it. Let's see what we got here. You get that out of the way. Run that up there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Don't look on center at all. But let me get this kind of centered up and we'll see what we can get done here. Well, how about that? Surprisingly enough, this is all the way in. Yeah, it's 4,000 or 5,000. That's rust, so, and it looks like it's running straight and true. So anyway, it looks like I can do a perfect job on this side. So that's what I'll do. I'll just trim this down real good. And this will be done. Well, here it goes. It's just hitting that first edge of the rust. Got me a rag down to keep all that cast iron and rust off of my lathe. At least this one side will be good. And if I have something that's true to the center, which I see that is, both in it's real close and round, and yeah, it's not touching anymore. Let me stop this. And we're going to give it just a few thousandths more. Pretty good now. Looks like you can see it flashing there. Looks like it was warped a little bit. But take a look at it. Yeah, it was probably warped. Anyway, I don't care. This is pretty close, and it's cutting right now. Probably 70% of the way around. I'm gonna let it run with that because it was in a few thousandths down in the center. So this is probably the outside of the rotor. I mean, this is the outside of the rotor, so it's probably warped a little. Anyway, this will clean up good. I'll let this run, and then we'll flip around to the other side. Probably another 7,000 or 8,000. quit contacting anything. So this should be taking it down pretty good. So the rotor was warped. Anyway, I think there's something to do. That's 3/4 the way in. It's just barely touching now. I'll take a look at it. I think this is probably sure looks good. It looks like it's running real straight. But I don't want to take any more, and I absolutely have to off of here. I'm going to put my dial indicator there on this other side, see what it looks like before I decide to take any more off of it. But we'll see. The other one I put in, I could tell it was out around. It looked like it was running true. And I think the inside race on that one was gone. I don't know what the deal was. Anyway, this one I clamped up real true. And just go fast for it with that. That's good enough. Now, looks of it, looks like this rotor was kind of bent. I'm going to put a dial indicator on the other side. We'll check that. Now looks like it's bouncing around 8,000 or so. Let's see if I can determine where that bend is. Let's see. Clockwise maximum. Right in there. Closest, and it shows here that that's the farthest, so I think I'm probably good. I don't know whether I'll yeah, that's pretty straight. I might take a little more out of here. Give it another 3,000, see what that does. Getting down into the where it was rusted. You see up here, it's taking it off pretty good. And it's about half. Anyway, I think I'll call that good, and this thing we'll flip over and do the other side. Now it's down to the inside part, and I'm getting some good metal. You can hear chip, 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 so it's pretty much taking out that warp. I think it was pitted there actually, and it's probably where the brakes were setting. Brakes and wheel rusted together. I know it's set for almost 20 years, so I'm not surprised. I'm actually just surprised that it's not any worse than it was. But it looks like we're pretty close to the end there. take a look at it here in a second. Close enough. Oh yeah. We got it mostly cleaned up. This actually don't feel too bad right there. I got a little in the middle of it. Probably ought to take a little more off, but I'm going to leave it alone because I think I'm going to try to get these drums put on a good machine, you know, where they brake drum machine or rotor machine, so they make sure that they're straight. If they say it's too thin, well then I'll go back here and do it myself, but I don't really want to take any more off there than I have to. Let me unchuck this and try to flip it around. Well, here it looks like we're going about 20,000. You can see it wiggling from the place I just screwed up. So I'll do this by hand and see what I can get for, see if I can get a little more centered than that. Well, I got it running about, I don't know, 6, 7. I think that's probably good enough. We still got some, this side is not perfect, and looks like it's on the bad side here, or in the middle of that low spot. But the rest of it, when we get off that low spot, it's running maybe 4 thousandths. I think that's probably good enough for what I'm trying to do here. Well, it's obviously not concentric centered, but it's not cutting real bad here. It looks like it's taking more out of the inside than the outside. So I'm just going to let it run and start cutting more as we get in closer. Well, that one cleaned up nearly perfect all the way around. This side still warped a little, but the back side is perfectly good. Nice and even. It cut smooth, so don't know what this one is, probably just because it was pitted. I'm not going to do any more to it. I think that's good enough for now. Try to get it back on and go test drive it. There's so much more stuff that needs to be done. Don't want to waste any more time on these brakes. Well, there we go. Got it back on. Wheel bearing was, the grease was bad in it, and I could see some signs of rust. I think that's probably because it set a long time. I was able to clean it up pretty good, and I filled it up with some new grease, and seems to turn real good right now. So now I'm just going to put this back on and get my bolts in it, and hopefully my things seal here, and I'll be good to go. The other one I took a wire brush and cleaned it up, but this one here had clean metal inside where the seals went. I didn't bother cleaning up the rest of it. I just sprayed it with a little brake cleaner. Anyway, I'll stick it on and see what happens. Well, there it is, all done. Turns good. It's got good solid brakes. I was really happy I didn't have to take off that back thing to change the brakes. I guess you could, but just as easy to pull the rotor off. And just kind of squirt WD-40 on everything. Not that it's gonna do any good, but all these bolts and shit are gonna eventually have to come out, probably. And you can see it was a blue teal, and then they undercoated it. I can probably get away with leaving all this under stuff good. Looks like my A-arm bushings are good. This looks like some kind of McPherson strut. I don't know exactly what that is. That's got a big spring. I know these shocks are completely gone. It just bounces when you just touch the brakes. I got new shocks ordered for it. I'll pull these out and put shocks in it, but at this point I should be able to drive it. At least I can let it down now, jack it up, put it in gear, and let that transmission turn a while and pump that Trans-X through it. So that's what I'll do. Put my brakes back together here and let it down and see what shifting does. Well, here it is running. Reverse seems to be working good. I tried all the gears. All gears work. Inside smells good. Still feel a little miss in this one, but it's smoking just a little bit. That's probably old oil. Step on the brakes, it don't do anything. So it has no back brakes, but it has good front brakes now. So I'm gonna pull the wheel off here and take a look at it. I'm just letting it run in reverse right now. Let's pull it into drive. Alright. And it shifts good. Put it in drive, it'll go through all 3 gears. Still a quart low on transmission fluid. But all in all, I think this is going to be a really nice car. Looks bad from all the rust, but not all beat up, pretty straight. Main thing, the transmission works. I can hear it missing here, but here this side. This one sounds pretty good. A lot of that's because these 2 pipes here, when they put them on, they're just stuck together. You can hear it. There's at least a 1/4 of an inch of gap between the 2 pipes. But I can still tell the motor's missing. That lifter's hitting pretty hard. But I put another spark plug wire on it. That wasn't doing it. I'm hoping that original will maybe clean up that lifter a little. Alright, I'm gonna let it run a while and see what happens. Yeah, this stuff works pretty good. I just dumped a bunch down the carburetor. It was smoking, but it quit. Right one's still smoking a little. Seem to clean it up a little bit. Probably shouldn't do that while it's in here. That lifter don't seem to be getting any better, maybe a little. Stuff here, Rizone, that's pretty good. If anything will clean it up, that wheel. Could be something else, you know. Could be a rocker arm or anything. Pull the valve cover off of here and take a look at it. For now, I'm just letting it run with the stuff in it, trying to clean it up. Take my transmission fluid and see what it looks like. Well, I checked it, it was quart low, looked like. I put a quart in it, still half quart low. It was having a slow shift from second to third. Good shift first to second, but it shifted real good. And I tried kick down, it looked like it kicked down good too. So, transmission is good, motor's good enough. I'll try to fix that clicking and banging. I found another set of heads for high compression heads for $1,600, all completed and done. Kind of hate to buy them and then get in there and find out I gotta rebore the motor. But anyway, these 401 with high compression heads, they're never gonna, they approach 400 horsepower. And then a little car like this, that's almost smoke the tires at will sort of deal, even with an automatic. But I'm pleased with it. I paid a lot more money than I paid for a project before, but at the end of it, I'm gonna have a real nice little car here. But I have to fix those back brakes before I try to drive it. The fronts work, but and I know the shifter works, so not much care about that. Well, second day working on it. Even kind of getting used to these goofy stripes. And fix out those mufflers and exhaust pipes. And really don't have a hell of a lot of dents. So it's pretty straight. And I don't think they did a great job on this white paint. Looks like it's already coming off, so it might be too hard. It might not be very hard to sand and get it down to the original paint. So may not be too bad of a job. We'll see. I'm kind of looking at my brakes here and step on them, they don't move at all, and no fluid's really coming out, so I'm just kind of working on them now to see if I can get them to move. Put some WD-40 on them. But it looks like brand new brake shoes. I don't know whether it's something plugged up in the line, or that master cylinder up there is bad, or what the deal is, but step on them hard as you want and nothing, just barely a drip comes out of the wheel cylinder. Yeah, I'll try to work on this a little bit. Well, I'm back here working on this damn AMX again. I went and got a vacuum brake bleeder tool. I couldn't get no pressure out of here. See, it's still holding 5 pounds of vacuum. Anyway, right behind that jack there's a pressure limiting thing. Let's see if I can get you a shot of it. For you AMX guys, this is right below the bottom edge of the fender. There's that thing right there. It's got a little valve in it that limits pressure to the back end, and it's got a little O-ring right there that I took out. It didn't do any good. It still got it plugged to the back, so I'm gonna take that thing out. I'm gonna have to move this jack and stuff somewhere else so I can get a little better hold on it with wrenches. But anyway, I'll take that thing out because I got fluid through all the rest of the lines. I don't know what that stuff is in there. It looks like some kind of hard tar. And dug a lot of dirt off of it, so it was leaking some fluid. But I got a brand new cylinder for it. And well, I'm just right now working on that line, trying to make sure I got brake pressure. It's clean from one side to the other, but it stopped right here at this valve. Anyway, I dug through my junk, and what I got here is a limiting switch. You screw it in and out to reduce the pressure, and I think it'll fit right in. Hey Blackie, what you doing? Adopted cat. We got another little baby one that showed up yesterday. Anyway, I'm going to take that thing out because it's stuck, and I pulled on it and took the seal out and everything else. I couldn't get fluid passed through it, and hopefully this one will screw right in. Man, it sure looks like it's NPT or something, not brake line fittings. What I'll have to do is probably get this fitting to brake lines. I'll see if I can get a brake line in it, but I don't see how it could seal. Looks like it's pipe thread type fitting, like it's in it here now. I have to get some kind of adapter or something. Well, I finally took my little proportioning valve that's up under there, and it was stuck closed. I couldn't get any fluid, so I just machined it out and capped it up, and now it's at least passing fluid. So, and here's a new wheel cylinder. I'll just put this in here and be done with that. I don't even bother to try to clean it up much. I'm just going to try to stick it back together and just get some brakes on it for now. Well, I got the new wheel cylinder in it. Bleeding it. Looks like I got fluid moving through it. So put these brakes on it and bleed, and I think I'll have rear brakes. It's been a fight to get it this far. I gotta go get the wife from work. I don't know if I'll continue this, if it'll be light or not.